Okay, so from what I can tell, you have a problem with the cubic. So what you need is this worksheet that you filled out, and then I'm assuming you're working on this worksheet and on the back, and I think you're working on this problem where you have to find a cubic that goes through that point, and this is the locator point. So we did a bunch of these in class, and I will show you how this works. So if it's a locator point, the locator point originally, since this is the parent graph, would be at 0, 0. Since this passes through 0, 0. So now we're kind of shifting the graph, and it's going to go through that point, and we need to use this as the locator point. So now this kind of becomes the center of this graph. So the way we do that is we know that this is the x-coordinate, -2. So it goes from being at 0, 0 to being at -2, 5. So what that means is the graph has moved to the left, and it has moved up 5, because x is left and right, and y is up and down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rewrite this. This is my parent graph. I'm going to rewrite this entire thing, and I want to move this to the left 2 spaces. So if you follow that chart that we did and what we've done in class, we need to have this x -2 here means it's going to be +2 here, to move it to the left, and it's going to be cubed. And then it needs to move up 5, so we're just going to add 5 to the end of it. Now you can check to see if this actually moved where you think it's supposed to move. But the other aspect of this is we need to make sure that it's going to go through the point 3, 730. So the other thing that we changed here was a scale factor, and that was an A on the front of it. So there's a number out front, and I can even, maybe I should write it in red so you can see it better. But we need to figure out what that is. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use our clue. We have an x and a y here, and we're going to plug those numbers into our equation to find what a is. So if I plug in 730 here for y equals a times my x is 3 plus 2 cubed plus 5. And then you solve for a. So 3 plus 2 is 5, and you're going to want to cube that. So 5 cubed, 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125. So you've got 730 equals a times 125 plus 5, and then what? Subtract 5, then divide by 125, and you'll get your a value. Now when you're finished, you'll get a whole equation. So you'll get a equals something, and then you're going to want to go back and rewrite this from the beginning. So you'll have y equals that number a times the quantity x plus 2 cubed plus 5. And you want to check that, so you go into your calculator, and you want to see if this is in the table. So if you go to x equals 3, do you get 730? And you also want to you can also check if you plug in x equals -2, do you get 5? Just to double check. You can also look at a graph. If you don't have a calculator at home, then you should, I think there's one online that you could probably check. Or you could check by simply doing it by plugging it in. I mean, you could plug in 3 and see if you get 730 back out. So you could do it by hand. You could plug in -2 and see if you get 5 back in. You could do that by hand. We didn't always have calculators. So that's how you do it. I hope this helps. I hope this video actually makes sense. Have a good day off.